Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel.
Good evening, boys and ghouls.
Good evening.
This is very much part 2 to part 1.
Part D.
So for the rules and everything, you should really go back and watch the other one.
Yeah, because we're not going to go over the rules and how we came to this video. Go and watch my one, which is called part 1. Now we're just going to go straight into Randymole's part 2.
So I should probably one of the things was that we talked about how it could change and how it was really, really hard, and I got really, really fucking mad at trying to do this. But yeah, so watch part 1.
I bet you overthought it a lot.
I overthought this a lot. But I have a visual aid.
That was my list.
I have a visual aid. My number 10 is... Can you actually see that there? Spotlight. Spotlight being... I think I actually had to put Spotlight as my film of the year last year, if I'm honest.
Was it last year?
Yeah, it was. Now, the reason I love Spotlight is it gave me the feel that I had when I watched things like JFK, which is a film I absolutely love. It's an old school feeling film, but is drawn through an ensemble cast that is brilliantly acted to tell a very, very important story, but in no way is it exploitative. What you are drawn in simply by what happens.
This is about the church.
The Catholic Church.
I always get confused with The Big Short, is it?
Yeah, they both came out at a very, very similar time.
I've not seen it.
You've not seen Spotlight? Oh, it's amazing. As much as anything else, you've got Mark Ruffalo and Michael Keaton, two of the greatest actors working together, and you just can't help but be drawn in by it. It's a spectacular. It's one of the few best films at the Oscars that I absolutely agree with. So yeah, loved it. And it's from last year.
Suck.
They're interesting to get mad about.
So,
but yeah,
that was your number 10.
That was my number
Spotlight.
10. So my number 9 is What We Do in the Shadows. Really? Yes, really. It's brilliant. Do you know what it is? I'm wearing a t-shirt from it right now.
I noticed it when I walked in. I was like, oh.
Every time I watch it, it gets better, and I've watched it a lot because
these jokes just get a bit.
No, the jokes get better. The jokes get funnier, and you realise how many little jokes and things there are hidden in the back. So it's a spoof. It's a spoof film that doesn't ever let you, the audience, know that it knows it's a spoof. So it plays it effectively straight. It plays it, and it has weird scenes in it which are actually full of tension. It has weird scenes in it which are actually quite heartwarming and, you know, kind of lovey, and all of that going on in this absolute perfect spoof vampire movie. It's one of the 5 greatest vampire movies ever made. Its special effects are brilliant. Its soundtrack is brilliant. It's directed by
Right. What's his name?
I'm rubbish with names at the best of times.
I'm reading your notes.
Tanika Waititi. I think I've said that wrong. Waititi, who has just recently made the new Thor film, which is awesome. He's actually my favourite working director at the minute. I've just recently watched his entire back catalogue. Hunt for the World of People, Boy. It's phenomenal. It is so warming to watch this film, and I'm happy to let it wash over me anytime. It's my Burbs from this decade, and you know how much I love the Burbs. Burbs is that film I can put on at any point, and this is my new film I can put on any point. I love it. I love it.
Maybe I should watch it again.
Maybe you should. You should watch it again. I
enjoyed it, but I didn't think it was top 10. But then,
this goes back to what I was saying about. I ended up knocking out films that you would consider to be like masterpieces for films that I just really, really, really enjoyed. My number 8.
I kind of seen that one.
From 2015. The Martian. Yeah. I adore The Martian. I actually think every teenager should be made to watch The Martian. I think every doctor should prescribe The Martian to people that have depression. I think The Martian is one of those few films that is about life and about how great life is. It's about hope. It's about happiness. It is Ridley Scott's modern masterpiece. He's not made any others that have been anywhere even remotely in the same league of it. Now, in any other hands, I do think it could have been over sentimental. I think it could have been over preachy about his message.
The extended cut? I haven't.
I think that was the last version of it I watched, was the extended cut.
It'd be interesting to watch the extended cut, because often when Ridley Scott releases extended cuts, I think Kingdom of Heaven is an example where theatrical shite, the extended cut made it more sense and enjoyable film. But yeah, Martian, great movie.
It is, and it just makes me feel happy to be alive. It's a happy fucking film. It's as simple as that. It fills you full of joy, and it makes me go, do you know what? I actually want to go and help other people. I want to make the world a better place. And I thank Ridley Scott for putting a film together that did that. Plus, the effects are amazing. It looks beautiful. It's well acted by a great cast. It's awesome. So that was my number. I said that was.
Maybe drop the ball on that one.
So that was number 8.
Was that number 8?
That was my number 8. Now my number 7. Now
this is where we go downhill. I wonder if our number 1s are the same. Anyway,
interesting. Your number 1 was Drive. In case anyone missed that video first,
yeah,
they should have watched it because it was part 1. They should have watched it first.
True. People should be logical.
Right, my number 7.
Number 7 is
ParaNorman.
I saw that on the when I was flicking through. I saw that. I thought, yeah, that's going to be on your list.
Well, it's another love letter to the horror genre, a bit like what we do in the Shadows. I love Leica movies. I've got a real soft spot for anything to do with stop motion. I absolutely adore it. But I think what ParaNorman does, it's a comedy that sends up horror films in a child, family friendly, suitable way, but at the same time crafts a beautiful story that actually goes against most horror tropes, actually, in terms of plot. So, the zombies weren't being bad, and, the little girl was being bad. I mean, the ending is really nerve-wracking and absolutely beautiful and amazingly powerful. I genuinely got quite upset by it.
He's got notes.
I have got notes.
A lot more prepared than me. You got a PowerPoint presentation. I had a bit of paper.
I had about 75 films on this about an hour ago. I adore ParaNorman. I also think the Leica should be given a medal. They were one of the first films to actively have like a gay character in a kids film. I mean, that was pretty spectacular and played off as one of the best jokes I've seen in recent years. I genuinely think it's a groundbreaking movie, and I think not enough people have seen it. It is one of my favourite zombie movies. It's one of my favourite witch movies. It's one of my favourite family movies. If you've not seen ParaNorman and you like horror films, you are missing out massively.
Well, if you just like films in general, it's a great film.
Yeah.
Now, one I haven't revisited for many
years.
Give
it a go. Give it a go. It's so good.
I've just seen your next one by accident, and that was... I had it down, but on repeat viewings, I don't think it's as powerful as the first time I watched it.
Now, that's where I slightly disagree. My next one is, number 6 is The Conjuring. Now, the thing with The Conjuring
James
it is James Wan. It is, again, it's another love letter to horror films, but this is a love letter to sort of a 70s era horror film. Everything in The Conjuring has been done before and arguably done better. But when it's all brought together, you get a greatest hits. And I consider The Conjuring to be a horror movie greatest hits. Even just the shots, the way the camera moves, the way it looks, the way the effects feel. Everything about this film is brilliant. And I love it for that. My biggest issue with The Conjuring is The Conjuring 2.
I say, the sequel. I've not even bothered with the sequel because of your horrid opinion of it.
Absolute.
It's about a specific case, isn't it?
Yeah, which they got so wrong as much as anything else. The Sky Living version of it was so much better. But what they do in that is they go very modern with the way they do the effects, and it doesn't work. The Conjuring works. I can stick The Conjuring on and have it as a great background movie. I find the tension in certain bits of it still gets me. The bit is still freaky. I like the ending. I like the way the family play out. Yeah, no, I think it's great. But
good choice. What was that? 5? Was that number 5 or 6?
What number was it? That was number 6. So number 5, as we're on a bit of a horror film roll.
Oh, you got another horror in it?
Oh, yeah.
Right, let me have a think. Is either Babadook or It Follows. That's what I'm going to go for.
Which one?
Oh, so I'm right.
Oh, he is.
Let's see if I know you as well as I hope I know you. Babadook.
It's the Babadook! Dook. Babadook is this generation's Exorcist. It is as simple as that. It's gripping, it's draining to watch as a member of the audience. I remember watching this at the cinema and feeling like I had been put through it. It's about a family's struggle at their most vulnerable time.
Great.
It mixes reality with fantasy. It sideswipes the audience to not really know fully what's going on, and you don't really know what to be scared of, and that is actually really powerful. The ending is questionable, so it kind of turns everything a little bit round in its head, and there's no definitive answer. I think it's absolutely perfectly made. The sound in it is...
The kid in it is brilliant.
Oh, and the mum, I don't know her name. I know it's directed by Jennifer Kent, but it is
so that was your
brilliant.
number 5.
And if you want to scare someone that likes horror films that's not seen it, put it on. And if they don't like it, then they're probably one of these fucking teeny boppers that think horror starts and ends with Saw Part 5 or something like that. It's so good. The Babadook. Dook. I would always say if you haven't watched it, actually, don't watch it until you've had kids. If you haven't got kids yet, but you might be having kids, if that makes sense. A bit like The Exorcist. The Exorcist gets scary when you've got kids. And I think the same thing is somewhat true from that. Okay, so number 4.
Number 4. Right.
Ooh.
I nearly wrote what I thought your top 10 films would be in it. Well, I was saying there's some which I would have definitely put in your list which haven't turned up yet. So
I've only got 4 left.
I know, that's what I'm thinking. You've got 4 spaces left.
I bet some of the ones you're thinking of, I probably dropped off. Like Dark Knight fell off mine.
Okay, let's... I don't want to spoil them. I reckon this is going to be Guardians.
You reckon it's going to be Guardians, eh? Oh, you said that there was two pure sci-fi films that you said were going to be on my list. What did you say they were going to be?
I believe... I know how much he adores Ex Machina.
Yeah.
And was it last year's or the year before? I think it was last year's Midnight Special, which is a special movie. You should watch both of those films.
You should watch both of those films.
And I think you would go for Ex Machina over it, even though you go on and on about Midnight Special. You said Ex Machina.
Ex Machina was my film of the year 2 years ago.
Second best sci-fi film of all time. Behind Blade Runner, or you said it was the best, or something like that. So you put it up there as quite a high sci-fi film. So I'm going.
It's Midnight Special.
Man.
It's Midnight.
Whoa! You put. So only one of those is on your list.
Yeah, Ex Machina dropped off. Ex Machina dropped off. No.
I would have put. Well,
Midnight Special gets better every time I watch it. Midnight Special in my list last year was my 5th best film.
Yeah, one high.
And now it's overtaken what was my number 1 best film last year, which was Spotlight. It's a perfect movie. From start to finish, it's a perfect movie. And it's a perfect midnight movie. Turn your lights off, turn the subwoofer up. The music for Midnight Special, like dum, 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 dum. It's just so fucking good. I adore it. The way it treats you like you've got a brain. There is very little exposition in Midnight Special, and you just expected to follow it through the actions of the people, and they're so.
It's
so
one of them
good.
films which I know if I gave this to. If my brother's watching this, if I gave this to you, bro, you'd think it's crap because you just don't get it.
Do you know what? And what dragged it down
clever.
for me when I first saw it was I wasn't sold on the ending. If I'm honest, the first time I saw it, I wasn't sold on the ending.
I thought the ending was perfect.
But now it works
it's
more
about sacrifice.
and more and more. Yeah.
Well, I thought it was about sacrifice. The father was just like, he was being the ultimate father, wasn't he?
Yes. Now
he was selfless.
Well, there you go. The cast
acts.
is amazing. The cast is absolutely amazing.
Michael Shannon is a fantastic actor.
I mean, Adam Driver cast amazingly. Kirsten Dunst.
Joel Edgerton.
Joel Edgerton,
yeah,
the little boy who was awesome in it. But
gosh, I could watch that now.
Michael Shannon, I don't genuinely think fatherly love has been better portrayed in a film. It is so painful at the end of that film. But the director is Jeff Nichols, I believe. I'm just trying to look who the name is.
Jeff Nichols. He's done some good films.
He's an old school director, but he uses modern, it's like a modern playground of what he does and the way it looks, and it's so fucking good.
He directed a film called Blue Ruin, I think.
Yes he did.
That's a really good film.
But Midnight Special is genuinely. If anyone out there knows where I could get the soundtrack on vinyl, I want that. I want the soundtrack on vinyl for Midnight Special, but I don't believe, apart from a very limited release in America, ever got released. And I've never seen it in this country.
Right, so that was number 4?
It was number 4.
Right, so 3 spots left.
So number 3. Let's go straight for it. Drive.
3?
Was your number 1. Don't really need
Sound like a schoolboy then.
Yeah. Oh, you mean out of the 7 billion films released in the last 10 years, you only gave it 3? I spoke about it when you were talking about it. I think it's a perfect movie.
I can only think of one you'll put over the top of that.
Right.
So I'm really intrigued.
That's because
top 2 now.
you in your video said you didn't look properly at 2006.
Correct. Because originally it was doing 2007. Well, I didn't look very properly anyway.
So number 2.
Reject. Let's see. It'll be a 2006 film, which I'll be kicking myself I haven't included.
Pan's Labyrinth.
No, I'm not kicking myself.
You fucking should be! Pan's Labyrinth
film.
is a devilishly dark fairy tale. It's gorgeous, it's lovely, it's real life horror. Seen through the eyes of an innocent child, and she mixes fiction and reality. It's a coming-of-age story set in a world of hate. You know, it's got a plot that's so thick that everything that happens layers up to build towards an ending, and it's an ending that the film earns every last bit of that ending. You like
it is a really good film, but
the creatures
are
amazing. The creatures are amazing. The effects are fantastic. It is Guillermo del Toro's masterpiece. Although we've got Shape in the Water coming out soon, which looks
what's happened to him?
I'm still a fan, but I have been not so much a fan of late. And I did think Crimson Peak was probably his directed worst film by quite a margin.
I enjoyed the TV show The Strain, which he produced. But So Pan's Labyrinth, good film. Not necessarily better than Drive, but
it is. You right now. You know what my number 1's going to be.
Easy,
because you've worked it out. My number 1 movie.
See, I would have never put this as your number 1. I know that you are.
Well, this is the thing when I said I went to the film. What is the film that I watched more than any other film? What is the film that I can quote? What is the film that I know everything about? And what is the film that got me?
It's you. You look around.
So excited.
You.
It's Guardians of the Galaxy. Now, do you know what my number 1 thing about Guardians of the Galaxy is? It is ordinary personalities in extraordinary situations. You know, every one of them acts real for the scenario they're in, even if they're a tree or something else. My dog's having a nightmare.
He is, bless him. He's going to start barking in a minute in his sleep.
It's actually my dog having a nightmare. It's Guardians of the Galaxy, James Gunn's masterpiece. It builds to an ending. The bit with Groot it earns every bit of what it does to pull on your heartstrings in that moment.
We're nearly at 20 minutes again.
I fucking love it.
Yeah.
And if I was abducted by aliens, I think I would have grown up to be like Star-Lord. So I'm putting that. Awesome. Cool. There we go.
Right, so something a bit different for the channel, but I quite like top 10 lists. Maybe we should do a bit more.
Yeah.
Maybe we should do. I know. I'm going to call it now. See if you do our top 10 horror films of all time.
Oh! I struggled for the last 10 years. You put all time in this.
All time. I think I might have actually done a top 10.
We have done this
on my channel. I think there might be a video on it.
I think you did something. I did.
Do you know what? We won't do horror because that's a bit. We are horror buffs.
I think
not buffs, but we do.
I think horror.
You want to do horror?
I think it'd be interesting to revisit that list.
Okay, we'll do horror first and then we'll do action. Because I think that'll be a fun one. There'll be some gems on that list.
Oh yeah, you're a bit more out there with action than I am. That dog is having a right now.
Right, well thank you for watching this strange and wonderful video.
Yeah.
Please like, share, subscribe and all that good stuff, and we'll see you again soon. Bye bye.
Peace.